Hello all, this is Arjun. So today we'll be discussing design of shafts. This is the third part of my video. In our previous videos we have discussed what is a shaft and the equations involved in designing. So we discussed in our previous video by a Mohr circle how we got our equations and what were the equations with respect to maximum shear stress theory, right? So in this video I'll be discussing few more equations. There it goes. So our equivalent torsional moment, which is under root of m square plus t square, where my m is bending moment and t is torsion moment. In few books it is also written as root of mb square plus mt square, where mb is bending moment and mt is torsion moment. Both are the one and the same thing. So this is equivalent torsional moment. Okay. Then comes our equivalent bending moment. Also, before discussing further, we have already read these terms in strength of materials, right? So our equivalent bending moment is equal to m plus under root of equivalent torsional moment, which is m square plus t square. Again, in some books it might be written like this: mb plus under root of mb square plus mt square, right? So this is our equivalent bending moment. So in this equation the fluctuation of loads is not taken in consideration. So now we'll discuss the equations while taking some combined shock and fatigue factors also. Then we'll come into conclusion, right? So next is our ASME code for shaft design, right? So what happens is this is like a very important approach in designing of a transmission shaft via this ASME code. So according to this code, the permissible shear stress, which is my tau max, tau max for the shaft without keyways. If my shaft is without keyways, so I will take my permissible shear stress equal to 30% of yield strength, means SYT, right? Also I will take permissible shear stress equal to 0.18 or tau max equal to 18% of ultimate tensile strength, means SUT. In short, my tau max is equal to 0.30 SYT or 0.18 SUT. Whichever is lower, we will take it when our shaft is without keyways. Suppose our shaft is with keyways, then we will further reduce this value by 25%, right? So means, suppose tau max is equal to 0.30 SYT. Suppose this is the lower one, means 0.1 SUT is greater than 0.30 SYT. Suppose this is the condition, so we will take the lower one, means this one, right? So what we will do, if our shaft is having keyways, further we will reduce this value by 25%, means our permissible stress will be, just hold on a minute, yeah, my permissible stress will be tau max equal to 0.75 into 0.30 SYT. So I am reducing this value by 25% by multiplying it by 0.75 basically. So means 75% of this value is my 25% reduction. Okay. So if keyways are present, we will do that. So according to our ASME code, the bending and torsion moments are to be multiplied by factors. Suppose we have some shock and fatigue factors, so we'll have to multiply by KB and KT. So these two factors, they will balance our combined shock and fatigue which is in our shaft, right? So basically what are these factors for? These factors, they account for shock. These factors, they account for shock and fatigue. So to take shock and fatigue in my consideration, I will multiply these factors with my bending moment and with my torsion moment. How? Let's see. So we know tau max is equal to what? 16 upon pi d cube. This equation we did in our previous video, right? So this was my tau max is equal to 16 pi d cube, then under root of m square plus t square, remember, right? So what I will do, I need to multiply KB and KT with m and t. So I'll just rub away this tau max part and I'll create some space. So my equation should be like 16 upon pi d cube, right, under root KB bracket m square plus KT, sorry, KT t square. This is square. Yeah, this is square, right? This is the whole square. So my equation will become like this, right? Now I am taking two factors, KB and KT. What is KB? KB is combined shock and fatigue factor applied to bending moment applied to bending moment, right? And what is my KT? KT is my combined shock and fatigue factor applied to torsion moment, right? So in our data book, the value must be given for KB and KT for rotating shafts. I'll just give you in brief what are those values. So suppose the application is load is gradually applied, right? If my load is gradually applied, the value of KB is equal to 1.5, whereas the value of KT equal to 1 when load is gradually applied, right? If my load is suddenly applied, means let's suppose it is a minor shock. See, if load is suddenly applied, there could be minor shock, there could be heavy shock. In case of minor shock, when my load is suddenly applied, so the value of KB and KT, the value of KB will vary from 1.5 to 2, and the value of KT will vary from 1 to 1.5. KT, the value of KT will vary from 1 to 1.5, which is the value of my KT, right? Also, when it comes to load, when it is suddenly applied and it is a heavy shock, so my value of KB is varies from 2 to 3, and the value of KT, it varies from 1.5 to 3, right? So this is my values of shock and fatigue factors, which is KB and KT, right? So what we did, we already mentioned what is tau max is equal to when we put that value. Similarly, we know sigma 1 will be equal to, so this equation might not get fit in my screen, so I'll write it little bit. Our equation was 16 upon pi d cube, then m plus under root m square plus t square, remember, right? So we will apply those factors. What factors? Shock and fatigue factors. So I'll just change it, 16 upon pi d cube, right? So KB, just hold on a minute. Yeah, KB m plus under root m bracket KB square plus T, it should fit, KT. Okay, I think we got less space. We will be able to understand. It should be KT, and I'll do one more setting. I'll just do this. Okay, this went bad. Yeah, KT square. Yeah, so these are my final expression, right? So my equivalent torsion moment and equivalent bending moment, what they have become now? Earlier what we read, that our equivalent torsion moment is equal to m square plus t square under root, right? But now if we will include these factors also, in some books I already told you it is written like this, mb square plus mt square, right? So now if we will include those factors, how our equivalent torsion moment will become? It should become like this, kb m square plus kt torsion square. This is what? This is my equivalent torsional moment, right? Also in some books it will be written like this, kb mb whole square plus kt mt whole square, where kb is shock and fatigue factor applied to bending moment, kt is combined shock and fatigue factor applied to torsional moment, mb is my bending moment, mt is my torsional moment, right? This is my equivalent torsional moment, right? So like that, what is the expression for equivalent bending moment? Very simple, it should be m plus m square plus t square, this is in under root, right? Or in few books mb plus mb square plus mt square, right? So this was when we were not considering what? Combined shock and fatigue factors or applied to bending moment, and combined shock and fatigue factors applied to torsional moment. So if we consider the those factors, so how our equation will change? It should become kb mb plus kb mb whole square plus, this is the whole root, plus kt mt, hold on a minute, kb mb plus, we have some lack of some space, so that's why kt mt whole square, this is my k. So this will be my equivalent bending moment if we consider our shock and fatigue factors, which are kb and kt. Thank you.